Hi everyone, Lori's back. My boil is done. My papers are cool, although still damp, which is good. And I'm about ready to take them apart. I cannot wait. You can probably hear there's a lawnmower going on outside. It's a very big lawn mowing day here in my community, but I just cannot wait one more moment. So they usually are pretty quick and out of here in no time. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started to unwrap my boil. Now the water looked pretty much the same as my last boil, so I'm really kind of expecting the same type of results, but maybe just a little nicer because I positioned my flowers with a little more care than I did my previous boil. So we'll see. It went pretty seamlessly. I did have to add a little bit of water. I had it rolling pretty good there for a little bit. I was busy doing some other things and I lose track. I always set a timer because, what can I tell you? I'm easily distracted. So I'm just gently taking off my string, my twine. I'm hoping I can reuse that in another boil. It still is quite damp, but that's okay, I think. Now I'm a little concerned about getting my paper apart because it's all in, big sheets. It's not folded. So we've got a little bit of wrinklage here. I did put a page on the top to kind of sandwich in those last flowers that I put. Okay, so here we go. Paper number 1. And I usually have my little pair of tweezers here so I can pick off the debris. Now the little cosmos really kind of, I've got my paper tearing there, kind of lose their stem. Well, that little yellow fella, he didn't give me much color, did he? Got a big old hole right there. And I did get some color, and here you can see a little bit of a print. Now it should intensify as I go down the stack. There's a little rogue piece of petal there. And I have to take my time. Now this is 24-pound paper. Oh gosh, guys, look, we boiled a spider. Look at that. Well, he didn't give off any color. Not really seeing too much as far as an impression. There's a little bit of an impression there. The colors are great though, really. It's funny, they're all the same type of flower, but some of these yellow ones have given off more color. Oh, that's a pretty good impression than others. Now, as this dries, it will lighten up. So the color is really more vivid right now than it will be. But I don't know if you can really see. I might dry a piece before I finish off the video. I thought these long guys were done. Oh my goodness, now my stinking phone. Jersey City. Everybody wants to talk to me when I'm busy.
Jersey City, NJ.
All right, so I just punched a hole. Gosh, I don't know what that was. Now you're going to hear my dogs carry on. Got a pretty good impression there. And then over here. So that's cool. Now I'm just stacking these on. Oh, this is the one I made the mess on. I'm just stacking these pages on top of each other right to the left of me here. And then I'll take them out on my kitchen counter and spread them out and let them dry. The spinach gave no color. I think I may have gotten an imprint. There's no color. And I feel like I'm going to get in trouble if I keep messing with these petals, because the paper is really fragile at this point. He stuck right to the edge. I think it's just a shadow of those little Vitex petals, and they didn't seem to do anything. Ooh, there I got some good color and a good print. Look at that. Of course, this is on the back side. There you can see the spinach leaf right there. I just love this stuff. Look at that. I don't know. There must be something wrong with me. A disconnect in my brain that I like all this stuff. But I could literally do this for hours. I don't know where I don't know if I Google like what kind of, I guess if I did, I could Google what kind of flowers make the best imprints and give off the most color. Wow, that looks cool. That looks cool. Look at this one over here. You can see like the center of the flower. I really don't want to lay this on my keyboard because let me lay it up here. Oh, I know, I've got a lamp here. Let me lay this one on top of my lamp, see if that'll dry out a little bit. And these are my Vitex leaves. I felt like they gave me an imprint yesterday, but it doesn't look like much right there. I feel like I'm picking this up upside down. I'm going to flip over my whole bundle. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe my husband brought me some other purple flowers other than just my Vitex, but I thought that was the only purple flower he gave me yesterday. But this didn't give me any blue. Ah, that one totally ripped in half. No color on that at all. Just a little bit of yellow kind of. Oh, that's a bummer. Huh. There's a little tiny bit, a little tiny Oh no, I guess that was my nail. Oh boy, that's a bummer. So I wonder where I got the blue yesterday. You can see that orange is coming up through. Got a little bit of an impression there, but not any color. And this paper is really, well, you know what this means. I'm going to have to do another boil. Huh. I don't know what other purple flower I have that he would have given me. Or this isn't holding up really well at all. I've got a smudge of dark purple over on this one corner. This sheet of paper tore totally. Got a big crack down at the bottom. I'm not even paying attention whether or not I'm on the screen properly so you can see what I'm doing. Boy, what a bust, huh? There might be some impressions there when I hold it up to the light, but no color. How about that? Well, that is really a puzzle to me. Oh, goodness me, this paper's just shredding. I didn't have that problem yesterday. It looks like I've got some impressions here, but no color. So that might look cool once it dries. Now this is the big leaf. They're really cool leaves. And I think I've got an impression. I think this is my coffee dyed paper, because it's very dark compared to the other sheets. So it's very washed out now. I see a little bit of the impression of the salt. Down in the right-hand corner, I've got some purple. Right here, I've got a little bit of dark purple, almost like an eggplant. And that looks like a really good impression of the flower itself. And you can still see some of my salt. So that's the coffee dyed. I'm going to put that in a different spot. Now I've got some dark purple spots here. It certainly is easier when your paper is folded in half to take the flowers off and reveal what you've got. Now I will try my 32-pound tomorrow. If you're interested in what that turns out like, you can leave me a message, leave me a comment on one of these videos, and then because I won't record a second time. I've got some dark purple, just like little blobs, and then a really nice orange imprint, and then just the impression over here on this side with a little bit of, it's almost like an eggplant color. All right. I mean, this isn't hard to do, that's for sure. Oh, that was an orchid, I think, hanging out there. Now, if this dried more, I don't know if that would be easier, if it would come up easier. I guess I'm going to have to let it dry. Spinach did like nothing. You know how when you eat spinach, it's so dark in color? I just thought for sure it would give off some really cool green, but it didn't. Didn't do a thing. Wow. All right, here's the orchids. These are yellow. They don't want to come up. And here I'm pulling up some spinach. This is an orchid here. They look really pretty now that they've boiled. The throat of the orchid really got dark. Okay, so that dark purple was coming from that orchid. That one orchid I had. So far, I'm really disappointed, I have to say. My boil the other day, I think I got better impressions. And there's some more dark purple. Got a Vidtech leaf. I got a little bit from that leaf. Right there. It's hard for you to see, I would think. Well, it's better than plain white paper. One thing I forgot to mention is when you put this in the water, it does float. So I had two big rocks sitting on either end of the paper to help keep it immersed and under the water. Oh, here comes my stencil. This ought to be a bust. Now, my husband had stopped one time, I think at an Aldi's, and picked up a bouquet of flowers because I asked him. And it had some, you know how they color some of those flowers and they were really wild. Well, of course, they turned out really cool. Oh, I've got a little bit of an imprint there of the stencil. I don't know if you can see it. A little bit there. Maybe you can see. And then some more drips of purple. Who knows? Because that orchid was way up. I mean, it's hard to believe that that's where that would come from. Oh, that's a good one. Cool. Man, those stems pop right off. This one right here is beautiful. You really can see the imprint of the flower. Get rid of these guys here. Look, you can see the stem. Oh, this might be the best one so far. It's upside down. Let's see. That's cool. You can see the stems. I'll put this one over here. Last night I did this late, and then I stayed up and used my heat gun and dried a couple of pages. I wonder what kind of an impression broccoli would make. Of course, that would really be bumpy. Now these look a little better. I don't know if you can really see. This one looks like bones. Looks like a spine, somebody's spine. Oh, those leaves made an impression. I only got a few more sheets left, though. I'm coming up on that other coffee dyed, salted coffee dyed paper. That one's not too bad. And here's that one orchid I threw in. More spinach. These are the little bits of the Vitek. And my coffee stained salted paper. Ooh, this one looks cool. This one's really wet. Boy, that looks really cool. Let's see if I can dry that one. Wow. I went to my local, well, I didn't go. My husband stopped in. He does most of our shopping at our local grocery store. It's called ShopRite where we are. And asked them in their floral department what they do with their flowers, you know, when they can't sell them. They're like on their way out. If I could come get their trash. but they're not allowed to give their trash to people. So I thought that was a great idea, but I can understand why they don't want to get involved in giving away their trash. There are probably a lot of nutty nuts like me that would like to have their trash. That was a pretty good one. Not too bad. And this is my last one. Got some cool prints there. I mean, it really is beautiful color. All right, so I'm gonna flip all this stuff right now. I think I'm pretty much ruined this stencil. It's all deformed. And I'm just gonna roll this up and deal with it when I'm done recording. So I'll use my muslin piece again, and I'm just going to hit this. Now this is one of the excuse me, coffee dyed papers with the salt. I'm just going to keep going and dry this a little bit. This one was pretty wet. Got a tear over here. I was going to try some of my avocado dyed paper, but I didn't dig that out. I should have. Trying to get this one spot dried so you can really see. It does lighten up quite a bit. I do like it on the coffee dyed paper though, I gotta say. I thought about putting it in the dryer. I don't know if that would be a good idea. And of course I like how it gets crinkly. A lot of moisture. It's still quite damp, but yeah, it's pretty dry. But it's cool, right? Must be the front side where the flower was. It's not as defined on the back. And that's got my salt markings on it. And then this one is one of the earlier ones. This one I set on top of my light over here. It gives off quite a bit of heat. I've got a pretty nice imprint right there. Let's see. That looks nice. Let's see. I don't know how well you can see it on camera. There you can see that one pretty good. See the little throat of the flower. I like the ones where I can see the stems. Let's see what we have here. Oh, this one, I wanted to try this other one because this was my other coffee paper, but it's got that really cool spine of that Vitex flower. Yeah, that's cool. See, when I put my flowers through the press like Kathy Arbor did, mine just, I mean, really, it looked like somebody stepped on a bug or something. And they were so juicy, and they really didn't get any impression, just like a big blob. I liked seeing the veins and the lines of the flowers. This is really cool, this one. Of course, this one's really beat up too. You can really see that imprint. Still quite damp. And then this was a cool one too. Let's try this one a little bit. Let's see, in half an hour. That's not too bad. I'll try this one and I'll be done. This one I can see the stems really cool. I'm not quite sure what's taking them so long to know my neighbor's lawn. Our properties aren't that big here. Wow, guys, this one's really cool. I think you can pretty much see. And I do have some dark purple in there. Of course, I don't know why, but this one, you can really see the impression of the flower. Look. Cool, right? That's what I love, getting that impression of the flower. I mean, the color is great too. So that's it. That's the results of my boil. I am a little disappointed. Got a couple of good pages. We'll see how the rest of it looks as it dries. I'm glad I did it though, and I will do it again. So that's it for this episode of Boil, Boil, Boil. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, take time to be creative and enjoy the journey. Thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next video. Stay safe, stay free. Bye-bye. I feel like I have bugs on